Welcome to Fox 54 News at 6. I'm Kenesha Dees. Students at the University of North Alabama in Florence mourning Charlie Kirk, a conservative political activist who was assassinated last week at Utah Valley University. A memorial hosted this evening at Harrison Fountain, where some students say they're shocked by the political violence at a public university not unlike UNA. Others tell Fox 54 they're afraid of an uptick in political violence, saying they don't know how to fix the widening polarization between the left and right.
People might not think it's right, but killing someone just because you don't agree with his politics isn't the right thing to do. It's hard because there's tension from both sides, and the fringe movements from both sides are growing more and more, which is radicalizing the middle.
Kirk's official memorial service is being held at State Farm Stadium in Arizona on Sunday. In the meantime, we'll have continuing coverage for you on Fox 54 and right here on Fox 54 Plus. And we're going to take you out to Governor's Drive. Just about less than half an hour ago, we saw the sun out in full force. Now it's setting. Still a beautiful view for folks on their way to their destination. It was also very warm. Let's bring in Fox 54 Weather Impact Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman. And not a bad start, but we did have quite a warm Monday.
Yeah, definitely a warm Monday across the Tennessee Valley. Otherwise, it was a pleasant afternoon. I've been looking at dew points through the course of the day, and dew points have only been in the mid and upper 50s, at times creeping into the lower 60s. So while it was definitely on the warmer end of the spectrum this afternoon, it wasn't too terribly humid across the Tennessee Valley. Live look out over the Parkway. Difficult to find much in the way of any cloud cover. There is a little bit of cloud cover hanging out there, but for the most part, I'd say we're talking about a mostly clear sky. Now, we did have a couple of isolated showers and thunderstorms really early this morning across far northwest Alabama. We're talking about far northwestern Lauderdale and Colbert counties. That activity came to an end very quickly. We were dry through the morning commute. We were dry this afternoon, and we're dry this evening. Temperatures definitely on the warmer end of the spectrum, just past the 6 o'clock hour. 87 in Arab, 86 in Scottsboro. We're sitting at 87 in Florence and 87 degrees right now in Coleman. We're going to stay warm through the rest of the evening. 85, 82, 78 by 8 o'clock, 76 degrees by the time we get to 9 o'clock. And then from there, we stay warm over the next several days. We'll talk about it in just a couple of minutes.
Huntsville police are investigating a shooting that hurt a man earlier this morning. HPD says they were called around 3 a.m. to the 3200 block of Lodge Road, where they found a man with a gunshot wound behind a business. Victim told police he tried to break up a fight between two people when someone shot him. The man was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. HPD's Violent Crimes Unit now investigating. A Huntsville man was arrested Saturday evening after allegedly shooting into an apartment. Huntsville police say they responded to reports of gunfire around 5 p.m. on Bonnell Drive. Officers say they found a bullet that had struck the apartment. However, no one inside was hurt, thankfully. Police arrested Darrell Hamlet, who they say shot into the apartment following an altercation. He's charged with discharging a gun into an occupied dwelling, as well as a probation violation. That investigation is ongoing. 2 people arrested yesterday in connection with the July robbery. HPD says the robbery happened July 8th in the 2200 block of Jonathan Drive. During the robbery, one person was assaulted and had several items that were taken from their home. 2 people, Tavares Lanier and Jayana Love, were arrested around 1 p.m. yesterday on outstanding robbery warrants. That investigation also is ongoing. The suspect in a chase and crash that led to the death of 17-year-old Tristan Hollis is scheduled to be in court tomorrow. Archie Hale's and Nye's law hearing is set for 1:30 p.m. Hale is charged with murder and is being held with no bond. He also faces charges from the Priceville Police Department with total bonds set at $296,000 and charges of DUI and reckless endangerment, among others. A man arrested in connection with the disappearance of Huntsville realtor Ronald Dumas Jr. back in court tomorrow. Quintarius White is expected to appear in a Shelby County court in Tennessee for a scheduled report day. He faces aggravated assault and aggravated kidnapping, among other charges. At this time, he's still expected to be extradited to Huntsville, but will go through the hearing in Tennessee first. White and Kiara Clark were arrested in connection with the disappearance of Dumas. 3 other suspects are still wanted. The Dumas family recently increased the reward for Dumas' return to $10,000. If you know any information, you're asked to call law enforcement. The West Morgan football player injured in Friday's game against Priceville is up and walking again. Doctors say Cole Thorne is expected to make a full recovery. Morgan County School Superintendent Tracy Turrentine shared in part, quote, "Morgan County Schools commends the swift actions of medical personnel, administrators, and staff whose preparedness ensured the best possible outcome," end quote. The district also expressed their gratitude for the community's support. Is your car secure? Huntsville police are warning you to take extra precautions after a rise in car break-ins. In the first half of this year alone, they recorded 435 vehicle break-ins, up from 385 during the first half of last year. The thefts include 46 guns stolen between April and June. As part of its Lock, Secure, Protect initiative, HPD urges drivers to lock doors and windows, and remember to remove valuables from plain sight and stay aware of your surroundings. Deputies from the Madison County Sheriff's Office Training Unit tested their skills in Kansas at a competitive shooting event. The event was part of the Federal Law Enforcement Training Center's Firearms Instructor Training Program. This 2-week program helps refine speed, accuracy, and advanced firearms techniques that are under pressure. Sheriff Kevin Turner says the program helps deputies not only sharpen their own skills, but pass that knowledge as well. Vaping in Decatur is about to get a little bit more expensive. The City Council voted to approve a 10-cent tax per milliliter on vape products sold within city limits. The ordinance will take effect October 1st, but there may be a delay before collection. That will be addressed in the next City Council meeting. By putting the ordinance into effect, the city will collect the funds rather than the state. If they had waited, they would not be able to impose a tax, as counties and municipalities can add an additional license or tax fee after October 1st. Florence City Council will vote tomorrow on tax incentives for Reverb by Hard Rock Project, a planned upscale hotel and conference center at 400 South Court Street, where a Days Inn once operated. The 155-room property that you will see on your screen very shortly is being developed by Hard Rock International and SAC Capital Partners. It's slated to open in early 2028, overlooking the Tennessee River. The hotel will celebrate Florence's musical legacy, offer more than 2,000 square feet of meeting space, and create more than 200 full-time jobs when complete. The council's resolution commits city funding and 10 years of tax rebates through the Sweet Home Alabama Tourism Investment Act to move the project forward. The Alabama Farmers Federation announced its endorsement of Representative Scott Stothagen for Alabama's House District 9, representing Morgan County. Stothagen is the current incumbent in District 9 in the Alabama House. He also serves as Majority Leader, having been elected by his peers back in 2022. State Senate election scheduled for next year. City of Huntsville is moving forward with a $22 million plan to transform the Huntsville Summit Apartments into a modern housing community for seniors and residents with disabilities. Community development will contribute under $5 million in federal emergency rental assistance 2, or ERA 2 funds toward the project, which will leverage an additional $17 million. The redevelopment, known as Meridian Commons, would provide 100 affordable rental units. And we do have a couple of Fox 54 traffic impact alerts for you today. Norfolk Southern is starting several weeks of railroad crossing repairs across Madison County today. Each repair will force temporary road closures. However, these are not expected to last more than 1 day per location. Sites scheduled for repairs include crossing gates at Moores Mill Road, Oakwood Avenue, and Meridian Street, among others. For a full list of closures, go to fox54.com.
We know that there's a need for a skilled workforce, so we want to be the #1 training provider in the state.
A new chapter for Calhoun Community College, cutting-edge technology, giving students a cut above in the workforce. Fox 54's Valentina Chalala shows us how. The National Cyber Summit returns to the Rocket City. We'll take you to the VBC to show you what it's all about.